Hello, family. Welcome back to another episode of Journey to Harmony. I'm your host, Richard Harmon. On this channel, we talk about the process of building wealth, different career opportunities, as well as how these things integrate, help us become who it is we were created to be. On today's episode, I wanted to talk to you guys about how the growing homeless crisis in America is going to affect housing. I'm going to go ahead and play a video here in just a moment, just talking a little bit about the homeless crisis, and we can come back and go from there, explaining it. So, thank you.
Chris and Laura, the president of the National Coalition on Homelessness, wants to make it clear that the numbers you are about to hear are likely worse than they are in California and across the country. This point-in-time count doesn't count homeless individuals who are staying with friends or family, living in rural areas, or staying in motels. About 172,000 homeless people live in California. The state had the largest rate of increase in its homeless population in the country at 6.2%.
Heartbreaking, but not a surprise. In fact, I would say from my end, the numbers are actually underestimated.
Dr. Rajni Shankar Brown is the president of the National Homeless Coalition. California accounted for half of all unsheltered people in the country.
In California, we've continued to see compounding issues. Housing is not affordable. It is not accessible for so many. Rent prices have continued to surge, and all while many do not have a fair living wage.
Tom Albanese is an independent homeless consultant who helps cities across the country come up with better homeless plans. He agrees California's housing market is the reason the issue is exacerbated here.
The housing market, the options for them are evaporating. Even if they have a voucher, it's a competition of like musical chairs, and there's fewer chairs than there were before. And folks don't have other solutions like permanent supportive housing at the scale that's needed.
On a national level, homelessness increased by less than 1%.
I think the main takeaway is remarkably through the pandemic, and I would say with bipartisan support, we were able to provide emergency rental assistance and other protective measures that helped to keep people safely housed.
Many programs that have since ended. President Biden's administration put out a plan Monday to reduce the homeless population 25% by 2025. Both think it's achievable.
We have more than...
So as we see there, and we've all heard, California is slowly being taken back, it looks like, by the homeless issue right now. Many people are moving out of the Bay Area, moving out of LA, and moving to places like Texas and Florida, Las Vegas, due to the growing concern for crime as well as for the homeless population. I'm not here to blame exactly the homeless itself, but what's happening overall is the cost of living across the country is getting completely out of hand for most people. With the investors, with the continuing immigration issues, the housing just isn't enough. So if you're having 30,000 people move into your community in 1 6-month period of time, builders cannot build enough housing to house all of those people at once. So we're having a serious issue right now, and how exactly this is going to affect housing. So as areas of the city become less and less inhabitable, the smaller areas where it is not built. So the inner cities are built to be more densely populated. They have houses that are built higher. They have overall complexes and things like that that could hold thousands of people in a setting at once. The suburban areas are not built like that way. So they're built with 1-2 story homes for single family units, things like that. And the outward migration of the people from the inner city, even if it's only 5% or 10% or something like that of an inner city that holds 1 million people, these suburban neighborhoods are not capable specifically of handling an influx such as that. And everything I see overall, it looks like this is going to continue the trend this way. Back in the 80s, many inner cities were difficult and crime infested and things like that. And it looks like it's where the nation is going back again. So many people are expecting a housing crash, but these particular things that we're looking at right now, the continued crime, the lack of support for policing, are reasons why there's a likelihood that there will not be a crash in these suburban neighborhoods, and prices will continue to hold or increase over time as not only people from the inner city look to purchase these homes, but also investors from foreign nations, people like the Middle East who are looking to diversify their income, people from China who are looking to get their money out of the particular nation. There's so much going on right now that we can look to, but what are your thoughts on this? Please comment below. Do you see this getting any better? I know a lot of people are speaking about a possible housing crash, but again, if everyone is moving mostly to the suburbs and the suburbs are not built to handle millions of people, how exactly can that happen? Comment below, like, share, and subscribe, and have a good day.